even on the sides.
No, it's
Can a head be crooked? Can't.
You know my head's
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion, delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Well, I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or a plan to save you money. I personally work with you, even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And of course, it is a day that ends in Y, so we are celebrating. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Let's see what do we have going to celebrate today. Sun-Kissed Citrus Day.
It is what it is.
Now, Self-Injury Awareness Day. We might have to chat with Bart about that one. So, National Minnesota Day.
What's the big idea?
Yeah, we're not doing that one either. National Dadgum, that's a good day. Horse Protection Day. Okay. We like to horse around a little bit. Okay, so let's get to National Kosher Pig Day. I'm sorry, just Pig Day. I guess it's not a kosher one, but I like bacon. Where do you get the best bacon at? I would have to move right along. National Fruit Compote Day. There's a lot to celebrate today. You know, I'm looking at the pictures that we get from these, and the picture that Josh just put up on the screen. If you're watching us on ronsiegelradio.tv, any of us socials, or ABC News and Talk AM video feed, the AM 1490 video feed. I'm thinking when I heard fruit compote, I'm thinking about those little things that we used to get in school in the sugary syrup stuff. That stuff looks like good compote there, Josh. I might even have to enjoy some of that. Although I'm not sure what that one on the ones on the right are. Those may not. It looks like pineapple's one of them, and the other one, I don't know. But I'm not going to go there either. I have beaten anorexia most of the time. I can tell what these things are. Peanut Butter Lovers Day.
No.
Today's Peanut Butter Lovers Day.
I got to tell my daughter.
I like peanut butter cookies. That's a good one. Although, you can't go wrong with peanut butter. Yeah. That's true. Unless you have an allergy. Okay. That's Shailene in the background Helping us understand that stuff. It must be the women's touch, right? We're just sitting here saying food. Yeah, we're there. And Shailene's back. Unless you have it, you're too sensible. Okay. Then I should introduce our guests this morning. We've got Christian White and Shailene Garcia from the Newport Social Group, and Bart. He must be a real famous guy. He only goes by one name. People with one name, they're really, really famous.
Not at all.
So Bart, the SUP vets, top gun fighter pilot. So is Maverick anywhere close to being real?
How do you want me to answer?
I guess you just answered.
Yeah.
That's about enough. That's enough for it. But you didn't the motorcycle scene where you're going and chasing after the pretty ladies? That wasn't that?
I haven't seen that happen. But
okay, well,
the flying was realistic.
The flying was realistic. Okay,
that's pretty much it.
I used to, when I used to broadcast from the ESPN studios in San Diego.
Yeah.
It was, maybe 2 blocks away from one of those fancy fences that they have at Miramar. And, all you could do when I get down there early in the morning and the planes are taking off, Just thank God they're on our side.
Oh,
That's
thank
all you can say.
Yeah, I flew out of Miramar for 4 years. It was awesome.
Really? Yeah, it was just chilling. No matter how many times I was down there, just chilling to watch.
Sound of freedom.
Yeah, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
If it wasn't for people like you, I couldn't do what I'm going to do in the next 3 or 4 minutes.
Wow, thank you.
So let's take a look at this. Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 71 points. S&P 500 is down 4. The NASDAQ is down 24. Oil down 10 cents a barrel. And then we're going to go and we're going to look at what's going on in the world. How about, I'm just going to say it like it is because that's the way I am. The idiots in Los Angeles. How can you get such dumb, stupid, idiotic people?
Such an idiot. Such
Oh,
an idiot.
unbelievable.
Such an idiot.
So have you heard the latest in Los
Idiot.
Angeles, these idiots?
Idiot.
Now they've got 38 definitions of calls that they're going to get where the police officer, they have to send out police officers that are unarmed. Have you heard that one? Now, let's think about this. There's probably in a nation of 340 million people, we've got less than 100 incidents a year of police acting inappropriately. Now, let's just think about some of these numbers. These are, I'm a numbers guy, right? I lead a lending team. We have fuzzy math sometimes, but I do numbers. I would guess that there's probably about 5 to 10% of the people in the world, in the country, are no good. They're evil people. Don't want to be around them. Don't want them in my life. 5 to 10%. They're not just 5 to 10% of the radio hosts, although, there are some of them too. Or 5%, 10% of the real estate people or mortgage people or anything. But just say 5 to 10%. That would mean in the law enforcement community of 800,000 people, that would be somewhere between 60 and 80,000 people that maybe they're just not right on. They're not spot on. And we have less than 100 incidents of bad actors when it comes to police brutality nationwide annually. And now we're going to go into these idiots in Los Angeles. Yeah,
idiot.
I know I said that
Such an
already.
Idiot.
The idiots in Los Angeles that are saying 38 cases. Now, if you have a domestic violence, that's not a need for an officer with a weapon. That's probably the scariest event that officers go to. But this is from the Los Angeles Protective League. Do you think they really want to be doing this? Or are they going based on some stupid survey that they did or study that was done? Probably cost the taxpayers millions of dollars for this stupid study. I could have done it for them for half that, telling them that this is a dumb idea and people are going to get hurt. That's just the way it is, because what is the number one weapon that the United States of America has? Deterrence, right? I've talked to many military people. I've talked to politicians. Nobody wants, you do get Democrats that like going to war, but that's a different story. But nobody likes the idea of war. What did Ronald Reagan say? Why was Donald Trump, you may not like the way he talked and his bombastic style, but why did we have a safe time under his administration? It had nothing to do with anybody liking him. What it had to do with was people realized that, something, he's not predictable. He might do something that we don't like, and we don't want him to do that. Why do you think China wouldn't be doing the things they're doing right now? They fly a balloon over America, shoot it down, and put $100 billion worth of sanctions on China. See how they like that? Think about those things. So when the police show up and they're armed, if we would get some of these stupid idiots like the squad in Washington, D.C., and some of these others, right? The police show up, and there's nothing wrong with being fearful of the police, right? They can take you to jail, right? In most instances, you earned it. That's why you go. I've had many police chiefs on my radio show, and I've asked them, do you ever have a problem with a suspect that says, yes, sir, yes, ma'am? He says, no, those things seem to go pretty well. Well, that's the whole idea right there. Do you think the police officers want to draw their weapon? Now, most of them, here's the issue. Bill Murphy comes on. He's been in the police for 40 years. He trains Navy SEALs. And he said the average police officer, you ready for this one? I don't know if you guys have heard this.
I'm all ears. You got me.
So the average police officer, when he started 40 years ago, a police officer you might know one police officer that used their weapon in their entire career. 40 years later, you might know one that didn't. But you know what the hit rate is of a police officer? Are you ready for the hit rate of a police officer? I think I've got somewhere on here that I've got I can't even find it. Oh, bloody. But the hit rate of a police officer. You ready for this? 17%. So when a police officer shoots, 17% is the hit rate. Think about that. So you wonder, why do they shoot so many times? Well, because they know if they shoot 10 times, they might hit once or twice, right? That's the bottom line. Then you got LA. We're going to go out there and we're going to send police officers out there unarmed. Now, does that not mean that if we don't know where the crimes are going to happen, so does that mean we have to double the size of the police force, right? Because we don't know which crimes they need. Are we going to send an armed officer, an unarmed officer? Do we need them in West LA or South Central? Where do we need them? Unbelievable. This is just so stupid. How long is it going to take until this backfires? I'm going to guess maybe a month at the most. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, we've got a great broadcast. I say that every day, but we've got a great broadcast lined up for you today. We're going to chat about SUP Veteran Group. We'll talk about that one. I love working with veterans and chatting with veterans because, again, that's why we can do the things we do. An expert makes all the difference when you sell your house. What is the Newport Social Club? We're going to talk social group. I guess I better get it right. We're going to talk about that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay is available. Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Homeowners over the age of 62 are taking back financial control after retirement with reverse mortgages, and the Siegel Lending Team is here to help you use it to your advantage. Call Ron Siegel with Geneva Financial to receive your free information booklet with no obligation. The booklet answers all your questions, and the best part is you still own your home. Call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990 or visit RonSiegelRadio.com.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990. How about Orange County, California? Are you listening? Go about $1 million, maybe almost $1,100,000 home purchase price with no down payment. Think about that one. There are programs out there. Again, you just need to make that call. And every day at this time, OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. What did the loans lock at yesterday? I don't know what the APRs are. I don't know how many points people paid to get these or got in rebates. I'm just telling you what OBMMI tells you as of February 28th. 30-year conforming loans locked at 6.681, up a little bit. Jumbo loans locked at 6.428, down a little bit. FHA 30-year 6.487, that was up a little bit. USDA for the rural areas, generally no down payment, 6.452, that was down a little bit. And the best loan on the market for those that earned it, that would be the 30-year VA loan, 6.25. Glad to see that that one was on the downswing as well. We love watching doing that for the veterans. And think about that now. It used to be, there never was a limit on the size of a VA loan, but now you can even go up unlimited on the no down payment aspect of it. We're going to actually be coming out with a whole seminar or a weekly program of the VA benefit for our veterans, because you know, when does the military, well, I should ask the gentleman here because they know this stuff better than me, but I'm told that the military gives the guys gals about 30 seconds worth of benefit knowledge, and it's on their way out the door, so they're really not listening anyway. So we're gonna put together this whole series so we can help men and women of our military. We thank them every day.
Very needed.
Thank you.
Very needed.
10-year U.S. Treasuries is up 7 basis points on the yield. The mortgage-backed securities down 16 basis points. That means interest rates are up just a little bit there as well. And we've got 2 more rocket scientists. Unbelievable as always. We've got Kashkari. He is the Fed president out there. I think he's in Minnesota. And I think it was Bostic. Both of them are obviously not listeners of Ron Siegel Radio. If they were, they'd be semi-educated. They would know that the jobs report last month was totally bogus. We'll find that out next Friday, how bogus it was. They'll know that the CPI report is very misleading because it's not talking about current data. They'll find that out probably I think the 14th of March. So we're going to get that information. But they say, increase interest rates more. What idiots. What idiots. Of course, you know, maybe if they signed the front of a paycheck, they'd understand these things. So what is going on? Well, one of the biggies that's happening, COVID-19 policies coming to an end. I think maybe not that one there. Sorry about that, guys. So these policies are coming to an end. That is good news. Maybe we can get rid of maybe we can get Fauci coming to an end too. I mean, are you tired of hearing that guy give us bad information? Finally getting vindicated here on Ron Siegel Radio. I just had one of my shows taken off of YouTube because I told the truth. But 32 million Americans are going to lose part of their food stamp benefits from the COVID-19 policies. They're going to go from $251 per recipient. They're going to lose $82. That'll be a help on some inflation numbers. Again, we want to have these benefits for the people that need them. But if you notice, there's 11 million jobs open and there's 5 million unemployed. I think if someone wants to get a job, they can get one. But again, during some of these different policies from some of the administrations, I won't say anything, President Biden, but they have no requirements to get a job to get help. go out there and pick up trash. I don't care what you do. There's something that can be done for everybody. Those that are disabled, safety net. We need that. So it's a big issue. I'm passionate. You know it. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, and that is the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make a call, 800-306-1990. So let's chat with our guests this morning. Christian White,
Yes.
Shailene Garcia, Newport Social Group. They are with us. But you know something? I think, with all due respect, got to talk to the guy that's only got one name, because that means you're popular and you're important. And,
No and no, but yeah.
Bart. He only goes by one. If you could only go by one name, like Madonna or Rihanna.
That's what I'm trying to do. Right?
Okay. For those of you that are watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, you probably agree with me. Please don't get in any of the Madonna costumes. That might
That's not a pretty sight.
we like our ratings as they are. So let's if we can keep that there.
Deal.
So, Top Gun fighter pilot.
Had some fun.
Thank you for your service. That's
Thank you.
that's wonderful. I love talking to veterans. In fact, usually if I will have to talk to you off air about coming back the week of Memorial Day and the week of Veterans Day, we try and devote the entire week to our veterans.
Oh, cool.
So
You got a lot of connections. So
good.
yeah,
We need
let's
them.
talk,
So
for sure.
So let's talk about SUP vets. What is that?
Absolutely. So about 7 years ago, we made a move out to San Diego. I'd flown out of Miramar. We were talking earlier. And my wife and I had loved San Diego, but I was gone all the time. Right. And
you can get home from dinner. You're going at what, 3,000 miles an hour. So you can't get home for dinner. What?
Well, a lot of times you're away, right? You're out on the ship. We were talking, Christian and I earlier, Fallon. I mean, you're gone a lot, right? So we didn't necessarily enjoy the lifestyle that San Diego offered. So business, we had the opportunity to go out. And so my wife, I'm like, hey, we can go to California. She said San Diego. So we moved out to San Diego 7 years ago. And my wife, again, she's the reason for the season. What are you going to do? And a friend of mine had taken up stand-up paddleboard surfing. And I just kind of said, I'm going to learn how to stand-up paddleboard surf. So
no, wait, I understand stand-up paddleboarding, but what is stand-up paddleboard surf?
So we're surfing waves with the stand-up. So you got the lineup. People are prone. They don't like us. So for all those listening, I stay out of the lineup. But we use the paddleboard to get into waves. And
okay.
It's incredible, right? So anyway, Christian's coming down to our next retreat. It took me a year to catch my first wave. I didn't know any better. I'd never surfed before. I went out in every condition. I was an idiot, quite frankly. But I caught my first wave and I was even hooked more. So
it took you a year to do that.
Yeah, I was horrible. Bad.
Persistent.
Idiot.
Okay.
Right. But,
So
yeah. So anyway, we
Such an idiot.
Boom, you can do it. By the way, I went and saw him, Adam Sandler show. It was incredible down at SDSU. You
Oh, really?
go.
Okay.
And he was there. He was his guest.
Nice.
You can do it. And he did it, and the crowd went crazy. So anyway, so I had a great, some business luck, fortune. We sold our company, and my wife again said, "Go do something for yourself." And
For better or for worse, but not for lunch.
Right, exactly. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? Pay for more weddings and colleges? And she's like, no, go do something. So I went to a stand-up paddleboard surf camp. And it's down in Punta Mita, Mexico, with these individuals who are just incredible. They're all professional surfers. Kanga Carnes, he's a World Surfing League Hall of Fame surfer. He's the Olympic coach surfer.
Wow.
Daniel Hughes is a bronze medal winner in Pan Am Games. He's going to be on our surfing team for the Olympics coming up.
Wow.
And then Sean Pointer was a world champion. So these are the instructors. And the last night, I'm just kind of looking, and Christian will see it. I'm like, this is beautiful. You know what? I'm going to start a nonprofit and get vets down here to experience what I experienced. So we formed a business relationship between those guys. And so we do a week-long retreat for veterans down in Punta Mita, Mexico, twice a year. We're trying to get it up to 4 times a year. And it's all about camaraderie. It's all about getting vets out on the water. In fact, there's a veterans group called the Veterans Outdoor Advocacy Group that's lobbying Congress to get veterans to be able to go do equine therapy, hiking, paddleboarding, surfing. I mean, there's all kinds of.
If you guys move to Ukraine, there'll be plenty of money. But apparently here they don't
even get me started. But
well, I do. I say it, so I don't mind.
Okay, but, so it's great, and the effect has been amazing. And so it's all about getting vets on the water, feeling the power of the ocean, and then having the camaraderie of just talking to people that had gone through what you'd gone through. So it's awesome.
So it's a way. So in my experience, and I'm not a veteran, but I do love veterans and love talking about the organization.
Yeah.
One of the big challenges I hear all the time is the veterans. They're so used to being self-reliant.
Yeah.
Getting them to join an organization, especially if they think it's something that is to try and help. Right? They'll bring another veteran to help, but don't. I don't need help, but he does.
That is a really good description. In fact, I was talking to one of the individuals who'll be attending our retreat in April. Unfortunately, the special warfare community just lost one of their commanding officers about 6 weeks ago to suicide. And this individual was telling me that he would get up and he was a commanding officer, right? So he was, in charge of a lot of young men and women. And he'd always say, hey, you don't know how badly the guy next to you is hurting.
Right.
And he kept talking about the person next to him. And my friend said, ultimately, now I realize he was talking about himself. So it's great. And it's funny because it's tribal. We'll have some Army people, some Navy people. We'll have some enlisted, some officers, different age groups, right? And everyone kind of starts out in their tribe. And then by the end of the week, it's just this one cohesive group. And we don't even try. It just naturally happens.
Now, wait, you have this cohesive group, but the question I'm going to ask you when we come back.
Yes.
Because I've seen in person the fun when you get a Marine on the studio with me with a member of the Navy.
Oh, it's.
Do they get to? They're really cohesive.
Cohesive but fun. How's that?
It is fun. It's fun to watch. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, I don't know what we're going to do, Josh. I might just want to talk to the guys and give the touts. We'll figure it out during the break. You can reach me anytime or off air, number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694552.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. all without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis. rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. One of the fun parts of being the radio host is sometimes I go off the rails, which we're going to do today. This segment being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrhomescout.com, rsrhomescout.com. I am not going to give you the sponsored story today because I'm having too much fun. And when I have fun, we just go off the rails and we chat and have a good time. So we will get back to chatting with Bart some more, the man with one name. But let's go and talk a little bit. Newport Social Group, Christian White, Shailene Garcia. Let's talk about that. What is Newport Social? Don't tell me you just socialize.
Well, that's one facet of it.
Okay.
Ron.
I'm pretty quick, aren't I?
Yeah.
It's a Newport. Right?
It's a Newport.
And it's a Newport. Okay, we don't need any more here. We got this one down pat.
Yeah.
So what is Newport Social
Yeah,
Group?
Newport Social Group is obviously a social group, a great group of individuals that we have get together each month. We get together for camaraderie as well as philanthropic efforts. Bart's charity, the SUP Vets, is one of the ones that we're supporting for tomorrow for our event. But we do events once a month, and it provides a unique means by which for people to just socialize and meet great people and support local charities.
So local. San Diego's local.
All the above.
All the above.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, you go to San Diego. You know what? One of the things of San Diego, it's kind of funny. I always kid because you were talking about San Diego and moving somewhere you liked.
Yeah.
Up here in Orange County where we broadcast, we actually have weather reports on the news. I know San Diego, the only time they have a weather report if it's not going to be 74 and clear.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. So what are you doing when you go to? Where do you hold these events at?
Yeah, so first off, I should have mentioned earlier, one of the things that's unique about us is we're not geographically restrained to one spot, like a country club or a yacht club. You go to the same place. So what's unique about us, Ron and audience, is we're constantly going to different venues. So we do events aboard yachts, estates. We're working on providing abroad trips to our members as well. And so it just mixes it up. It makes it fun, and we like to think that it's something that people want to experience and engage in. It's not an everyday thing that you have a bunch of top shelf people on a beautiful yacht, in Newport or a beautiful estate.
Yeah, that's so now you rent it's not like the Hornblower or something like that. It's actually somebody's
correct
private yacht.
Absolutely. These are private residencies. And then the yachts. Yep. These are private yachts whom we have relationships with. And, the last one that we had, Ron, an audience, we had 218 people at our last month event. I mean, we had so many people. We should have turned away people. It was that
fire
packed.
marshals are not listening.
yeah. Don't come.
Okay, so is there a structure to the event, or is it just people going and socializing? Or tell us a little about give us a bird's eye view, say, of a yacht event. What do you? I mean, I look at pictures of a whole bunch of people on the front of the boat, and it's kind of tilting. And no, it doesn't.
Yeah, no, it's not the Titanic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you going to experience when we're there?
Yeah. So, we do our events, in the evening, 6 to 10, and you're going to go there. You're going to be warmly greeted by our awesome, people that we have.
Awesome. By the greeters.
By the greeters, yeah.
Okay.
They're not Walmart greeters. You're getting great,
Happy greeters.
Yeah. And we have an open bar. We provide hors d'oeuvres. I mean, and then we live music. We usually either have a DJ or a live band like we'll have for tomorrow night.
Okay.
5-piece jazz band. It's called the Big Lucky Band. Shout out to them. And then halfway through, we do a toast and we honor a charity. And obviously, we're very fortunate to be where we are in beautiful Southern California. And there's a lot of people that need help and resources. And the SUP Vets is something that I'm passionate about, being a Navy veteran. And I'm honored to have Bart here with us. And so we honor them, and then and then we proceed back to just enjoying each other's company and trying to be a value and a resource to each other.
I'm looking at the website. This looks like a lot of fun here. It's a Newport-socialgroup.com. That's great. And it looks like a great site, and looks like a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And I got to give a quick shout out to my business partner, Shailene Garcia. Without her, this thing would not have even kicked off.
Well, something, I'm just gonna throw this in there as well because I can. I'm listening to the two of them, and I know that's certainly true, right? Shailene's over here she's not the coach, right? She's helping us all a little bit here.
Yeah.
So how many groups have you focused on? Or is it all military beneficiaries? Or are there other organizations?
Yeah, we're mixing it up.
Okay.
If anyone has a charity that they'd like to, or an organization that they'd like to have be the recipient of our silent auction and our funds, we're happy to explore that dialogue. So we like to mix it up and give people the opportunity to have a presence, to get visibility, because I know how challenging it is as a business owner. When you're raising capital, you're trying to get it out there, and it's not easy, of course. And so we want to do what we can to help.
So have you always been in the nonprofit world, or have you done other things before that?
I've started, going back to college, started a marksman's club in college, believe it or not. And
Marksman's club.
And that, imagine how it is in the college world, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to be super well received, right? So we actually had to name it. We named it the Skeeton Marksman Club. I wanted to name it the Gun Club, but that doesn't sound too good.
What school were you at?
School.
What alternate universe would allow that?
I can't say. I got to keep it on the deal.
Okay.
But anyhow, I'm experiencing that, and then the military. Having been in leadership positions, and I've been in philanthropy for a few years, so I've gotten to see firsthand, how blessed I am, and again, how we all are. Not to sound cheesy, but a lot of people need help. They need help.
Absolutely.
They need the guidance.
There's a million organizations out there, and a lot of them are really, really good ones. And it's amazing, whatever your passion is, you can really look for an organization or start an organization to really to get involved and help the community. And I've found over the years, especially when we've had this platform, is that it's great being able to bring some of the nonprofit organizations and share their missions with our audience. Just because there are so many great things we never even hear of. Mm-hmm. I've had, and you guys may know of the organization Tackett Service Dogs. Mm-hmm. So Tom has a great organization. He's come out here and talked about how they're training dogs for the military men and women that are coming back, and some of these things that they're doing. You just get to learn about them. It's just fascinating. So I'm sure you won't have any shortage of organizations to be able to honor and obviously the ones that are military involved. Mm-hmm. We just love those, especially because the treatment that the military men that you guys get coming back probably is, in my opinion, less than satisfactory.
Yeah. I was going to add, I feel blessed. I think about the Vietnam generation, people getting spit on and people, just, attacking them verbally or otherwise. And, those guys, I mean, I wasn't there. That's before my time, but I mean, what a conundrum.
You read about it in a history book.
Yeah, read about it. I was actually a history major.
No, it's true. I mean, it's amazing. And, it's to me, I think it's just a sign of our society now. Right. And in my opinion, and I'm fortunate. I've got 3 boys and I've got a grandson. And you look at it and you say, you know, something. When is the pendulum going to change back to the right direction?
Yeah.
Right, because all the good things that the men and women are out there in the military are doing, and coming back here. And Bart, you and I started talking during one of the breaks or before the show. I have a friend of mine that really focuses on the 22, right? And that's
It's 44 now.
Is it 44? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. They went back and
going the wrong direction.
Yeah, recalculated the numbers, included active duty, a bunch of other different socio-demographics, and now it's 44 day. It came out about 3 months ago.
So explain that a little bit, because I'm sure some of our listeners aren't aware of what the 22 or now the 44 is.
Yeah,
I just saw a car in the back window, just like earlier this week saying 22, so he didn't get the message.
Well, yeah, probably needs to update the bumper sticker. But so unfortunately, while we're doing this show, 44 servicemen and women will take their lives.
Wow.
For suicide. And there's a host of reasons. In fact, the DoD and the VA just released, I haven't had a chance to read it yet because we're all over the place, as Christian knows, but they just released their multi-year study on this epidemic, quite frankly, and made some recommendations. But I can email you if people want to read it. But
I'd love to get it.
Yeah, it's a big problem, and
do you think, being that you guys have been in the military?
Yeah.
Charlene, have you been in the military?
Yes.
Okay, so all three of you have been in the military. Thank you all.
I didn't know.
So-
Squid,
Yeah.
another squid. Why do you tell me that?
Oh, she never talks about it.
I don't talk about
She
it.
never talks
A lot of
about
us
it.
don't.
Okay.
She never talks
know?
about it.
Very,
Yeah.
very traumatizing experience.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So
Thank you.
Well, we'll talk.
yeah. So, but the thing is, though, is you hope that organizations like yours and others will try and change that mental outlook.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and improve that mental outlook for the men and women that suffer, because they've seen, and I know just from my friends, you never hear about why it's so bad or why they've got the trauma. They don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Right, but sometimes when they're with their compatriots, then they're more willing to open up.
Yeah.
And hopefully, events like yours will open that line. We're going to talk more with Newport Social Group and the you call it SUP or SUP?
Vets.
SUP vets.
They say SUP, Ron. SUP.
SUP. Oh, so you can tell you guys are fit and trim. I think about SUP and I thought they're talking about dinner or something like that. That's a whole different story. We're going to come back in just a minute. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at RonIsMyLender.com. That's RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey friends, do you dream of mortgage-free home ownership? Are you aware that even if you own your home free and clear, it could still be costing you thousands per year? The Siegel Lending Team can help you generate tax-free income, accumulate family wealth, and maintain ownership of your home. By simply emailing your most recent mortgage statement, you'll receive a no-obligation real estate plan. Learn more by calling 1-800-306-1990 or email me your recent mortgage statement to PEAR@RonSiegelRadio.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. This segment is being brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. You have a credit report, it is wrong. They all are. What are you doing about it? I've been looking at credit reports since 1983 when I helped the first family I knew of to get a home loan. And I've never seen a credit report that's completely accurate. I've seen as high as an 834 FICO score. 850 is perfect. Not talking about FICO scores. We're talking about true FICO scores. And they're all wrong. Even if you pay off your credit cards in full every month, more often than not, there's a benefit to doing things the right way. Visit rsrccpayment.com, rsrccpayment.com, and you can find out how to pay your credit card the right way for FICO scoring purposes. But let's get back to our conversation. We are talking this morning, Christian White, Shailene Garcia, Newport Social Group, and the man with one name, Bart, from the SUP Vets. We're talking to them about their organizations. I love chatting with organizations. It fascinates me. I'm glad that you folks have come in because, ironically enough, when I first started doing radio, I left the last 2 minutes of every broadcast just to chat with nonprofit organizations, and it was very, very difficult to find people to come and talk. Just crazy. It just baffled my mind. Wow. So I'm glad that you folks are in here. But let's talk a couple of minutes more. We'll spend on the Newport Social Group in your event. How do you get involved? If I wanted to go to the event, where do I go? What do I do? What does it cost? Or is it an invite only? Or tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we do a ritualistic ceremony. We take all the members into a private room. We don our cloaks. We burn the candles. We get the pentagram out. And
sounds like my fraternity day.
No,
I wouldn't say anything about that now because I think some people get upset by it. But you know it works because it kind of makes a camaraderie.
Yes. Yeah.
Camaraderie.
Yes. So you can visit us on newportsocialgroup.com as well as follow our Instagram page. And the event that we have tomorrow, Ron, and audience, is at a beautiful estate in Newport Beach. Overlooks the entire whole city. I mean, it's just stunning.
Wow.
And it's from 6 to 10 o'clock. We're going to have a 5-piece jazz band. We're going to have, an open bar, plenty of hors d'oeuvres. And
make sure you call your Ubers.
That's right. And we will have LA parking too, for those of you that are curious.
Okay.
And Bart here will be our special guest. His organization, again, is the shipping of our silent auction. We're having some wonderful silent auction items, from sports memorabilia to Was it paddleboard, Bart?
Yeah, the guys who do our retreat.
We're doing our retreat. Golf items. For the ladies, facial sculpting. I mean, it's the whole gamut.
Hey, Bart's not going to do this facial sculpting.
Maybe he might. It's a
probably
new
wants
world.
me
Maybe
to.
he might be.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
So you have silent. Do you have live auction too?
Just silent auction for this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have you do the live auction for the next one.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, we have fun.
You would be good.
We have fun with it.
And
we've publicized some events many times, so it's fun. You have to have a good time with it.
Absolutely. And it's a blast. We are pretty much completely sold out. We only have a handful of tickets remaining. And
what's it cost?
Right now we have it at $167 a ticket.
Okay, there's got to be a logical reason for 167.
Yeah, 167.
Not 168.
Yes. Well, I see where you're getting at. Okay.
167.
Yes, it's very precise. No, we should add in the change in there too, right? So seven's a lucky number. A lot of people like 7, right?
Okay.
7 streams of income. What is it? 7 continents. There's all the 7.
Okay, so
it's
7 days?
It's like feng shui kind of.
So is 6 a lucky number too? Or?
No.
Okay, and
So
1.
I thought we didn't want to make it too egregious, but so we thought 167. We did any mini miny mo and
okay. Were you guys sober when you came up with the prices?
Yeah.
Just curious about that.
Yeah.
So, it sounds interesting. Must have been. So Shailene, like me, is a Chapman graduate. Did they come up with that at Chapman here?
Yes.
No.
Of course, she's a smart one. She went to law. I just, accounting, marketing, management, and get out of here. I studied fraternity, and I did really well at that. So
there you go.
Just throw that.
7 is his number, so we're sticking to 7.
7 is his number.
7, yeah.
Okay, so
777.
Should have been 161.8.
Yeah.
1.618.
I thought he was talking about maybe an IQ number. Or something.
Fibonacci, 1.68.
Exactly.
There you go. Fibonacci sequence.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it seems like you guys
have
have
out of 167.
Now think about this. I'm just going to throw this out there. If you think about what we're doing this morning here, and we don't rehearse for Ron Siegel Radio. That's not part of our program here. Sometimes we even talk about what we're going to talk about, but not very often. Think about the fun that we're having here this morning, and think about these 3 leading a event, or 2 leading an event, and they're bringing Bart because he has one name.
Yeah.
So it's 160. There's $167. You can't even figure out the man's last name.
Bartelloni. It's a long one.
It's a long, yeah.
Scottish Romanian.
Scottish Romanian.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice mix.
I was gonna say I thought it was Polish.
He doesn't get it.
Oh my God.
Caddyshack.
Oh boy.
No,
No,
actually,
we've got quite
Scottish
a few
Romanian.
things that we're gonna have to help Christian about after the program. we're having a little bit of fun here.
Oh, we're having a good time. I got tears.
Oh boy.
Okay, so we got $167.
Yes.
Go to the website. There's a few tickets left. It is Newport-socialgroup.com. It's going to be an unnamed estate. I got some you'll tell people after they pay the $167.
That's correct.
They have to pay an extra $1 to get that part.
Yeah. They're gonna get their blood tested and retina scanned and all that stuff. Yeah.
I can even go there. Okay. Oh, well, the address. You guys put the address right.
We did.
online,
Yeah.
too.
Hey, it's in a gated community. So
gated community.
Yeah.
Okay, so they locked the gates on me, so that's a big issue. Okay, so sounds like do you have an event coming up after this one? I mean, this is pretty tight.
Yeah, we're probably leaning towards doing a yacht event. We did one last month, so we alternate between estate events, yacht events, to mix it up and give something that, people, it's not an everyday thing.
Sure.
And so that one is TBD, so in the works.
Okay.
But
bring your life jackets.
Bring your life jackets. But yeah, for this one, we're going to have over 200. We're going to have some celebrities, and we're going to have a lot of prominent, mostly SoCal-based business entrepreneurs,
nice.
People in entertainment, and of
and
course,
the beneficiary is going to be Bart's organization,
Absolutely.
the SUP vets.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's really interesting to Christian and Cheyenne's point earlier. I was talking to my dad and Dad was best man at my wedding. So he's graduated about 10 years ago, but we were having a cold beer and he's like, I don't know how you do it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I worked for General Electric for 33 years. Right. And that might happen nowadays, but it's slim to none.
Yeah. Pretty unlikely.
And so what I was telling Christian is, having gone through the business realm, the best thing you can do is create a network. Right.
Sure.
And when you get in a room where people are there to, number one, connect, number two, talk business, but number three, and this is what one of the themes we talked about this morning, Christian and I, is be a human and just look people in the eye and go, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing on this spaceship called Earth right now? And is there a way I can help you? And if you just say that, it's going to just create these amazing business opportunities, personal friendships. And that's how we're all connected. Right. And so he's onto something very powerful. And I look at, my business experience now, and I'm like, you as a young entrepreneurial or even as a seasoned entrepreneurial, these are the type of events you need to go to.
That's great guidance right there, because it is very important. It's the people that you surround yourself with.
Yes.
Are you surrounding yourself with people that are doing the right things and not just out there looking out for themselves, but are they doing the right things for the community, for the world, for everybody, and trying to, we're only here a short period of time. Right. And the measurement, in my opinion, is, did you make things better for others or did you not? Did you go out there and try and help your fellow citizen or not? Are you looking out just for yourself, or are you looking out for others? So I really appreciate all three of you coming in. Appreciate the service of all three of you. We didn't talk about our Army lady over here, but we thank you. Thank you, the Navy, our Navy gents. If you want more information about the event coming up, or the ones next month, maybe we'll be able to get Christian to come back and share with that one with us as well. But give me a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And as always, I ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean, who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.